everybody, welcome back.
Howdy.
This one's going to be another roll video. This one's going to be about The Spy.
The Spy.
Gentlemen.
This puts us halfway.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
This is a really rad character, and I like the fact that Quest didn't call this the Rogue, because it's not really a rogue. It really is more of a spy-esque type character.
It has very limited combat options.
Yeah, and that's like your sneak attack and stuff, but we'll get into that.
Yeah.
The Spy's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 little, is that right? 7?
Yeah, 7. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had to double check because I'm used to seeing 6.
6 or 5, yeah.
Yeah.
Seven's
It
new.
has 7 kind of like ability trees.
Yeah. Starting those off, you have charisma, termination, concealment, surveillance, stenography, infiltration, and impersonation.
And then you've got the legendaries. And we'll get into those a little bit.
Yeah.
So the first tree that you're going to have under here is, or learning paths would be the right word. Yeah. You've got charisma.
Skills are cosmopolitan, silver tongue, and don't you know who I am?
These skills really are just going to kind of be focused more on like being able to manipulate the population, certain individuals, to kind of get your, how do I put this, your character in the, I'm going to do this subterfuge type stuff.
Yeah, it's the I'm gonna get the party in here. I'm gonna do this thing. Yeah. The next one is termination. This is your only damage learning path. Sneak attack, poison, death hand, and bounty. Sneak attack's what you think it would be, only it's flavored for quest, so it's instant kill.
It can be based on what kind of but like monster or creature you're engaging with, because at certain tiers it won't outright kill them. It will only just do X amount of damage.
Poisons, different AP. You make different kinds of poisons. They all have different effects. Death hand is essentially you have a special weapon that does a ridiculous amount of damage for a little bit of AP.
It literally calls it a hand cannon.
Yeah.
That basically has pretty much unlimited range for the most part, and will automatically just can outright kill things, or do up to a maximum of 10 points damage as well.
And then bounty is I'm going to track you down, and it's you hire people.
Both. So
Both.
You're
Okay.
kind of right. So you basically hire somebody or a group of basically assassins, for the most part, bounty hunters,
Right.
to, based on your role, if you do it right, you mark a target and they can go outright and they can essentially assassinate this thing within a day's time frame, excuse me.
Depending on roles.
Yeah, but if you do really, really bad, it really messes up and they can start coming for you and you have
Right.
no idea when they're going to come and take you out.
Okay. Moving on from termination, we go to concealment. This is your being sneaky. This is your keeping things hidden, whether that be items on your person or your own person or things like that.
Yeah. You've got strap, disguise, blink pack, needful hilt, and shadow.
That's all it is. It's just
it's just hiding stuff.
different ways to hide things or people.
Yeah. One thing that's really cool about this one that I do kind of want to draw attention to, because it's funny and kind of cliche at the same time. The needful pack is very much your bag of holding.
It's a bag of
Stores
holding.
things in a
Yeah.
pocket dimension.
You have a special button where you can open it up, and then it has your stuff in it instead of just being a normal bag.
And if it's ever gone, you push a button with
And
some AP and it just pops back to you.
right.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Surveillance is exactly how it sounds. You have your tracker, you have your spy glasses, you have your cloner, which is a little bit different than the way it sounds, and then you have your seeker, which is also a little bit different than the way it sounds.
Very much like kind of like the James Bond or Ethan Hunt gadget type
Yes.
stuff.
What if I need additional support?
It's tested for one.
These
Yeah.
the rest of this is all just gadgets.
Yeah. Before we get into sonography, if you've made it this far, please hit that thumbs up button. It's like my birthday, and I like to see arbitrary numbers go up because that's important to me.
So when this goes up, yesterday was his birthday.
Yeah.
There we go.
So, JD, let's talk about sonography.
Stenography. Everything writing. Different things in this are flavored a little bit differently. You have dossier, mimic, listener, and crypto. So your dossier is your journal, only you get it close enough to things and it makes copies of it. If you're able to access it fully, you can make a full copy. Otherwise, it just makes a close.
Walking around with a portable Xerox.
Exactly. But your mimic is a enchanted pen that learns languages and writes things that you can copy writing and stuff for you.
Perfectly. And
Yeah.
based on some like AP that you can throw into this too, you can even use like those like seals that you would have there nice. And
Right.
they can copy those and actually use them too, which is super cool. What's rad though as well is it always remembers the ones that
Right.
you've previously gained, which is cool.
The other two are listener. Listener is the same thing as a cloner, only instead of it having to be a spell or an item that you're listening into, it's your long distance microphone with the headphones. You're listening into somebody else's conversation from across the room, kind of thing.
It's a recorder.
Yeah.
So then you've got crypto. Crypto basically, it's another magic item. It's like a ring, and it basically allows you to read and transcribe pretty much any type of text.
It's your secret decoder ring that you got in your
Cracker Jack box. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Aha, B. I went to the next. E.
Be sure to
Subscribe.
So, and then you got infiltration. That's going to be featherhook, bricolage, needle key, and blueprint.
These is all of your utility belt. This is your tools to use to get inside of someplace you're not supposed to be.
It's your B&E goods.
Exactly. Featherhook is your Batman grappling hook, only instead of it being this fast thing, it just kind of creeps its way
along.
up and then grabs.
And in the book, it even says it can be as long as you want it to
Right,
be.
you can attach it to anything.
Yeah, that's really cool. Bricolage is, I mean, I don't know really how else to describe this other than MacGyver capabilities. You're in an area and you can find all these little doodads and trinkets to create anything that you can think of. You can do something like a periscope, like tripwire, a simple weapon, kind of like a shiv or a shank or something like that.
If you have poison from Termination, you can build like a little poison trap kind of thing.
Yeah.
The next one is Needful Key. You have a skeleton key. As long as you've unlocked something with it once and you've been able to copy a key onto it and you've unlocked the lock, it will always remember that, hey, I've unlocked this before, I can do it again.
The only caveat being that you have to spend AP every time you change
Yes.
it to match a different lock.
And the last one is Blueprint. You have a special blueprint that essentially just, here's a map of the place.
Yeah, you touch it against basically a wall and
Yep.
you know the layout of it. That's pretty much all it is.
The next one is Impersonation. There is only one in Impersonation, and it is Persona.
Yeah, so this is very simple and very straightforward. Based on how many AP you kind of throw into this will kind of give you more of a substantial kind of
Clout.
like clout in like society. Exactly. Anywhere from a commoner all the way up to kind of like a rich, snobby kind of person.
And if I remember right, the highest level of this takes 7 AP? 6 or 7?
6. Yeah. And that's when you start getting into the what's the word I'm looking for? Like a noble.
The upper echelon of society.
Like, oh, why don't you come down to my club where nobody that is poor can join us?
Well, I'll guarantee you'll never be a member here.
Yeah, I'm going to let you take the legendaries on this one.
Cool. So legendaries, these ones are really cool. You've got Shadow Cutter, you've got the Artifice, and you've got Nightcrawler. So Shadow Cutter, the first thing I thought about when I was looking at this is pretty much the hole from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah,
It's
this one's
basically-
really
yeah,
cool.
It's a little magic item that you got that basically can stretch and take up the circumference of 3 meters.
Mm-hmm.
You can put it on things and you can basically go through it, and everything that it is in that 3 meter gap, I guess you could say, is basically transported to like a shadow plane.
So it still exists, it just disappears temporarily.
Yeah, I think it would be really neat to use it as a weapon.
So it's a portable hole.
Yeah, like in Roger Rabbit. And then you've got the Artifice. Basically, if you've ever played D&D, this is very much what I would say the Mask of Many Faces.
Yeah.
It allows you to find anybody that's out there in public, or even the face maker from Mission Impossible.
Right.
You can mimic them, you can use the voice, and it remembers all these different things too. But the only thing that's kind of interesting about it is the only people that will recognize you is basically the people that are immediately close and friendly to the person you're trying to mimic.
Or your people.
Then you've got Nightcrawler. This is legit a B&E capability. You go into an area and you're kind of scavenging, you're looking around, and you can find some kind of like incriminating evidence on this character that you're kind of like digging into. Maybe it's like some kind of drama. Maybe it's a debt that's owed. Maybe it's a debt that they have against somebody.
It's a gimme clue.
Jinkies.
Yeah.
Only it's more flavorful, but it's essentially it's a, hey, we're kind of spinning our wheels here. Hey, guy, give us a clue.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely built into the game with the intention of to help new guides.
And it's for progression. It's
Absolutely.
definitely a progression.
Absolutely.
Help. But that's
Yeah.
basically it for
That's
the for the spy.
For the spy.
Almost called it a rogue, but it's not.
Yeah.
Also, if you've made it this far in a video, please hit that subscribe button. Until then, stay awesome, be excellent, and love each other.
We'll see you.
Peace.